10. NBA. Stars at the center of LGBTQ plus rumors, revelations, and history. What if everything you thought you knew about NBA legends was only half the story? Behind championship banners, Hall of Fame speeches, and carefully crafted public images lies a quieter history, one shaped by silence, fear, and choices made far from the spotlight. This isn't gossip. These are documented moments, public statements, and undeniable turning points that forced the league to confront truths it long avoided. If you think basketball is only about wins and losses, think again. Subscribe now and stay with Legends Declassified, because the stories you're about to hear challenge the very definition of greatness. 10. Ray Allen. Ray Allen is remembered first for precision discipline and one of the most reliable jump shots basketball has ever seen. Over an 18-year NBA career, Allen scored 24,505 points, earned 10 All-Star selections, and won 2 championships with Boston in 2008 and Miami in 2013. His record, 2,973 made three-pointers, stood for a decade and helped redefine spacing and perimeter offense in the modern league. Publicly, Allen cultivated an image built on routine family life and professionalism, rarely engaging in controversy while active. That perception shifted in 2017, years after his retirement, when Allen filed a lawsuit claiming he was the victim of an extended catfishing scheme. According to court filings, a man allegedly posed online as several women exchanging intimate messages with Allen and attempting extortion. The case became national news when the accused countered with claims that the interaction was not a hoax, but a consensual same-sex relationship lasting multiple years. Importantly, no evidence confirming those claims was ever made public, and the matter ended in a private settlement without findings of fact. Here is the critical distinction: Ray Allen has never stated that he is gay, nor has any court ruling established such a conclusion. The NBA media outlets and Allen himself have consistently framed the episode as a legal dispute rather than a revelation of sexual identity. Still, the silence that followed, combined with the depth of the allegations, left fans divided. In the years since, Allen has redirected attention to mentorship, philanthropy, and health advocacy. He remains active as a speaker on longevity, discipline, and post-career purpose, rarely referencing the lawsuit. Among peers, his basketball resume remains untouched. Among the public, his story illustrates something larger: how unproven claims can linger longer than verified achievements, especially when they intersect with sexuality in male sports culture. Ray Allen's legacy then exists on 2 parallel tracks, one carved in hardwood excellence, the other shaped by unanswered questions. Whether those questions matter more than championships says less about Allen and more about how audiences process ambiguity. 9. Dwayne Wade stands as one of the defining guards of his era, blending explosiveness with intelligence and late-game nerve. Drafted 5th overall in 2003, Wade spent the core of his career with the Miami Heat, delivering 3 NBA championships, 2006, 2012, 2013, and a Finals MVP in 2006. Across 16 seasons, he averaged 22.0 points, 5.4 assists, and 4.7 rebounds, finishing with 23 165 career points and 13 All-Star selections. Few players married athletic ferocity with shot-making craft as cleanly as Flash. After retirement in 2019, Wade's public profile evolved. In 2020, he and his wife, Gabrielle Union, shared that their child, Zaya Wade, is transgender. Wade's response, measured, protective, and outspoken, reframed his legacy beyond basketball. He emphasized learning, listening, and parenting, first acknowledging that understanding gender identity required education rather than instinct. That candor resonated widely, particularly among families navigating similar terrain. Is public advocacy from sports icons a moral responsibility or a personal choice? Wade's actions followed words. In 2022, the family relocated from Florida citing concerns over state policies affecting LGBTQ+ youth. In 2024, Wade and Union helped launch initiatives aimed at amplifying transgender voices and supporting parents with practical resources. These steps drew praise from advocacy groups and criticism from detractors who argued athletes should stick to sports. Wade answered plainly, this was about family safety, not branding. Crucially, accuracy matters. Wade has never stated that he is gay, and no credible reporting suggests otherwise. His visibility stems from allyship and fatherhood, not self-identification. That distinction is often blurred online, but it remains essential for honest discussion. Today, Wade's influence spans ownership stakes, broadcasting philanthropy, and social leadership. His on-court resume is secure. His off-court impact continues to spark debate. For many fans, especially older viewers, his story raises a lasting question. Can greatness expand without erasing tradition, or must one replace the other? 8. Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant is widely regarded as one of the most complete scorers in NBA history, a player whose efficiency and versatility reshaped modern offense. Drafted second overall in 2007, Durant earned 2 NBA championships, 2017, 2018, 2 finals, MVPs, 1 regular season MVP 2014, and 4 scoring titles. Over his career, he has averaged 27+ points per game, placing him among the top scorers the league has ever seen. His combination of size, shooting range, and ball control made him virtually unguardable at his peak, with Oklahoma City, Golden State, Brooklyn, and later, Phoenix. Off the court, Durant is notably different from many superstars of his generation. He has kept his personal life tightly guarded, rarely discussing relationships or family plans. Aside from a brief, publicly confirmed engagement to former WNBA player Monica Wright in 2013, Durant has avoided long-term public romances. This deliberate privacy has fueled years of online speculation, much of it driven by gossip rather than verified reporting. It is important to be clear and factual. Kevin Durant has never publicly identified as gay, nor has any credible journalism confirmed claims about his sexuality. Rumors linking him to transgender women or suggesting hidden relationships have circulated primarily through social media and anonymous sources lacking evidence and often recycled without accountability. Durant himself has consistently declined to engage with such speculation, reinforcing his belief that personal identity should not be a public obligation. What is documented, however, is Durant's complicated relationship with public perception. He has been fined by the NBA for inappropriate language online, most notably in 2021, when leaked messages led to a $50,000 fine. Critics interpreted these moments as emotional volatility. Supporters saw a human response to constant provocation. Beyond controversy, Durant has invested heavily in business, media, and philanthropy, founding 35 ventures, producing documentaries, and supporting youth initiatives. His legacy remains anchored in basketball excellence, but his refusal to conform to celebrity expectations makes him an enduring enigma. For older fans, Durant's story prompts reflection. Do we demand too much access to the inner lives of athletes? Or has fame erased the right to quiet? 7. Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons entered the NBA carrying enormous expectations and an uncommon skill set. Selected first overall in the 2016 NBA draft by the Philadelphia 76ers, Simmons was praised for his rare blend of size, vision, and defensive versatility. At 6 feet 10 inches, he functioned as a point forward, winning NBA Rookie of the Year in 2018, earning 3 All-Star selections, 2019 to 2021, and being named to 2 All-Defensive First Teams. Statistically, his early career was strong, averaging 15.9 points, 8.1 rebounds, and 7.7 assists through his first 4 seasons. Despite those achievements, Simmons' career narrative shifted dramatically after the 2021 Eastern Conference semifinals, where his offensive hesitancy became a national talking point. The fallout led to a fractured relationship with Philadelphia and a high-profile trade to the Brooklyn Nets in 2022. Since then, injuries, particularly chronic back issues, have limited his availability, preventing him from re-establishing consistent form. Away from the court, Simmons has often found himself in headlines unrelated to basketball. His high-profile relationships with celebrities such as Kendall Jenner and Maya Jama made him a frequent subject of tabloid coverage. Alongside that attention, unverified online rumors about his private life circulated widely, especially on social media platforms. It is essential to state clearly, Ben Simmons has never publicly identified as gay, and no reputable journalistic outlet has confirmed claims regarding his sexuality. Allegations and screenshots shared online by third parties were never substantiated and were not supported by legal action or verified evidence. Simmons chose not to address most of the speculation directly, a decision that aligns with his long-standing preference for privacy rather than confirmation or denial of rumors. What is documented is Simmons' openness about mental health challenges. In 2021, he cited mental readiness as a factor in stepping away from play, contributing to a broader league conversation about athlete well-being. That admission marked a rare moment of vulnerability from a player often perceived as emotionally distant. Today, Simmons' legacy remains unsettled. Once projected as a future MVP-caliber cornerstone, he is now seen as a cautionary example of how pressure, health, and scrutiny can derail even elite talent. For many fans, his story raises a difficult question: should an athlete's private life ever matter more than the game they play? 6. Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert has built his NBA reputation on defense discipline and durability rather than flash. Drafted 27th overall in 2013 by the Utah Jazz, the French center steadily developed into one of the most dominant rim protectors of his era. Standing 7 feet 1 inch with a 7 feet 9 inch wingspan, Gobert redefined interior defense, winning 3 NBA Defensive Player of the Year awards 2018, 2019, 2021. He is also a 4-time All-NBA selection, 3-time All-Star, and a consistent double-double presence with career averages near 12 points, 11 rebounds, and over 2 blocks per game. On the court, Gobert's impact is measurable. Advanced metrics routinely rank him among the league's top defenders, and teams, anchored by Gobert-led defenses, have regularly finished in the NBA's top 5. His 2022 trade to the Minnesota Timberwolves, one of the most asset-heavy deals in league history, underscored how highly franchises value elite defense, even in a perimeter-driven era. Off the court, Gobert is far more reserved. He has largely kept his private life out of the spotlight, which has occasionally fueled online speculation. It is important to be precise and factual. Rudy Gobert has never publicly identified as gay, nor has any credible reporting confirmed claims about his sexuality. Rumors circulating on social media remain unverified and should be treated as such. Why does silence from public figures often invite assumptions instead of respect? Gobert has, however, been outspoken on certain social issues. During the COVID-19 pandemic, he became a central figure after testing positive in March 2020, a moment that led to the NBA's temporary shutdown. Since then, he has acknowledged his mistake, contributed financially to arena workers, and spoken about accountability, an episode that reshaped his public image more than any rumor ever could. Internationally, Gobert is a pillar of French basketball, helping France win silver medals at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics and 2022 Eurobasket. His global profile adds another layer of scrutiny, especially given differing cultural attitudes toward privacy and masculinity in sports. Ultimately, Gobert's story is not about speculation, but substance. His legacy will be defined by defensive excellence and longevity. The lingering question for fans remains, why are achievements often overshadowed by curiosity about what an athlete chooses not to share? 5. Dillon Brooks. Dillon Brooks has never fit the mold of a conventional NBA star. Born in Mississauga, Ontario, he carved his identity through edge confrontation and unapologetic intensity. Drafted 45th overall in 2017 by the Houston Rockets and traded to the Memphis Grizzlies, Brooks quickly became known less for box score dominance and more for disruptive defense. By the 2021-22 season, he was routinely tasked with guarding elite scorers, helping Memphis rank among the league's top defensive teams. His career averages around 14 points per game only tell part of the story. Brooks' value has always lived in pressure provocation and psychological warfare. Public perception shifted dramatically during the 2023 NBA playoffs when Brooks's on-court taunts toward LeBron James turned him into a national lightning rod. Memphis chose not to re-sign him, and he landed with the Houston Rockets, where he signed a 4-year, $80 million contract, signaling that teams still valued his toughness despite the controversy. In Houston, Brooks recalibrated his image, slightly focusing more on discipline while remaining an elite perimeter defender. Off the court, Brooks has faced persistent online gossip about his personal life, including rumors tied to past relationships. These claims, some amplified by social media disputes with former partners, have never been substantiated by credible reporting. Brooks has never publicly stated that he is gay, nor has any verified source confirmed speculation about his sexuality. What exists instead is a familiar pattern: silence interpreted as mystery and restraint mistaken for concealment. Unlike players who actively shape public narratives, Brooks rarely offers emotional transparency. He does not frame himself as a role model, nor does he seek redemption arcs. This detachment has made him polarizing, especially among older fans accustomed to clearer public personas. Yet it also reflects a shift in modern sports culture, where athletes increasingly separate performance from personal disclosure. Internationally, Brooks remains a cornerstone of Team Canada, contributing to its resurgence as a global basketball power. His defensive mindset and physical edge translate well beyond the NBA stage. In the end, Dillon Brooks's story is not one of revelation but resistance. He challenges expectations of likability, of openness, of conformity. His legacy may ultimately force fans to confront an uncomfortable question: why do we demand personal answers from athletes who are paid to perform, not confess? 4. Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson entered the NBA with a level of anticipation rarely seen in modern basketball. Born in Salisbury, North Carolina, he became a national phenomenon at Duke University, where his blend of power and agility made him must-watch television. Selected first overall in the 2019 NBA Draft by the New Orleans Pelicans, Zion justified the hype early, averaging 22.5 points per game as a rookie, while shooting over 58% from the field. At just 6'6" and nearly 280 pounds, his physical profile defied convention, reshaping how scouts evaluate size and explosiveness. On the court, Williamson's efficiency has been historic. During the 2020-21 season, he averaged 27.0 points on 61.1%, shooting one of the highest field goal percentages ever recorded by a high-volume scorer. Yet his career has been repeatedly interrupted by injuries. Since entering the league, he has missed more games than he has played, appearing in fewer than 45% of possible regular season contests through 2024. These absences have fueled debate about conditioning durability and long-term potential. Off the hardwood, Zion's private life has attracted intense scrutiny. In 2023, public disputes involving adult film actress Mariah Mills dominated headlines, shifting focus away from basketball entirely. Social media allegations, emotional posts, and conflicting timelines created a media storm that the Pelicans organization largely avoided addressing. Williamson himself chose near-total silence, declining interviews on the matter and letting legal channels handle disputes. Alongside relationship drama, online speculation about Williamson's sexuality circulated briefly, driven largely by unverified social media claims. No credible evidence has ever supported these rumors, and reputable outlets have treated them as gossip rather than fact. Importantly, Williamson has never identified as gay, and responsible reporting draws a firm line between documented events and conjecture. Professionally, Zion remains one of the league's great what-ifs. When healthy during the 2022-23 season, he averaged 26.0 points on 60% shooting, reminding fans why he was once called a generational talent. Still just in his mid-20s, his future hinges less on skill than sustainability. Zion Williamson's story is not finished. It sits at the intersection of brilliance, pressure, and modern celebrity culture, raising a lasting question for fans. Will he ultimately be remembered for dominance or for potential that flickered too briefly? 3. Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom occupies a unique place in NBA history, remembered as much for his versatility as for the turbulence that followed his success. Born in Queens, New York, Odom rose from a painful childhood marked by loss and instability to become the 4th overall pick in the 1999 NBA draft. Standing 6'10" with guard-like vision, he redefined the forward position. His peak came with the Los Angeles Lakers, where he won 2 NBA championships, 2009, 2010, and captured 6th Man of the Year honors in 2011, averaging 14.4 points, 8.6 rebounds, and 3.7 assists that season. Unlike many stars, Odom's value was subtle. He didn't dominate headlines with scoring titles, yet teammates praised his unselfishness and basketball IQ. Over a 14-year NBA career, he averaged 13.3 points and 8.4 rebounds, numbers that only partially reflect his impact. However, as his on-court role stabilized, his personal life unraveled in public view. His 2009 marriage to Khloe Kardashian pulled Odom into reality television fame, exposing struggles he had long kept private. Substance abuse followed him for years, culminating in a near-fatal overdose in 2015 at a Nevada brothel. Doctors later confirmed he suffered multiple strokes and organ failure, with survival odds reportedly described as slim. His recovery became one of the most dramatic comeback stories in sports culture, though it effectively ended his NBA career. In later years, speculation about Odom's sexuality surfaced after social media posts and associations sparked rumors. Notably, these claims have never been substantiated, and Odom has not identified as gay. Credible reporting has focused instead on his openness about addiction trauma and recovery areas he has addressed directly in interviews and memoirs. Today, Lamar Odom's legacy is layered. He is a 2-time champion, an Olympic bronze medalist, 2004, and a cautionary tale about fame's cost. More than statistics. His story reflects survival, vulnerability, and the long road back from self-destruction, leaving audiences to debate what truly defines a sport's legacy. 2. Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard stands as one of the most physically dominant centers of the modern NBA, yet his legacy remains unusually divided. Drafted 1st overall in 2004 by the Orlando Magic, Howard arrived straight from high school and immediately reshaped the franchise. At 6'10" with elite explosiveness, he became the league's premier rim protector, winning 3 consecutive Defensive Player of the Year awards, 2009 to 2011, a feat matched by only a handful of players in NBA history. He led Orlando to the 2009 NBA Finals, averaging 20.6 points and 13.8 rebounds that postseason. At his peak, Howard was an 8-time All-Star, 5-time rebounding leader, and a cornerstone of Team USA's 2008 Olympic gold medal run. Over an 18-season career, he amassed 19,485 points, 14,627 rebounds, and 2,228 blocks, numbers that place him firmly within Hall of Fame discussion. His late career role change paid off when he won an NBA championship with the Los Angeles Lakers in 2020, embracing defense and rebounding rather than star billing. Yet Howard's off-court narrative often overshadowed his achievements. Beginning in the late 2000s, lawsuits and public allegations involving former partners, including claims of consensual encounters that drew intense media attention, sparked widespread speculation about his private life. These cases generated headlines not because of proven wrongdoing, but due to their explicit nature, and Howard's refusal to clearly define his personal identity in public forums. Importantly, Howard has never publicly identified as gay, and no court ruling has established misconduct related to sexuality. What is factual is that the scrutiny affected his reputation during his final NBA years, shifting conversation away from his on-court resume. Today, Dwight Howard's story is a study in contrast, statistical dominance paired with cultural controversy. Whether remembered first for his Superman-era brilliance, or for the debates that followed, his career forces fans to reconsider how much of a legacy should be shaped by performance and how much by perception. 1. Jason Collins. Jason Collins occupies a singular place in basketball history, not because of scoring totals or signature moments, but because of a decision that permanently altered the cultural landscape of professional sports. Born in 1978 in Northridge, California, Collins developed as a disciplined defense-first center, starring alongside his twin brother Jaren before playing college basketball at Stanford University, where he helped lead the Cardinal to the 1998 Final Four. Selected 18th overall in the 2001 NBA Draft, Collins carved out a 13-season career with 6 franchises, most notably the New Jersey Nets, who reached the NBA Finals in 2002 and 2003. Standing 7 feet tall, he was valued for physical screens, interior positioning, and defensive awareness, rather than offensive production. Across 764 regular season games, Collins averaged 3.6 points and 3.7 rebounds, numbers that reflect a role player who understood system basketball and locker room responsibility. Behind that steady career, however, Collins carried a private burden. For years, he concealed his sexuality even during a long-term engagement to WNBA player Carolyn Moose, a relationship that ended abruptly in 2009. The emotional toll of secrecy became unsustainable, leading to a historic moment in April 2013 when Collins publicly came out as gay in a Sports Illustrated essay, becoming the first active NBA player to do so. The response was immediate and unprecedented. President Barack Obama personally called Collins, while teammates, coaches, and league officials voiced support. Collins returned briefly to the court with the Brooklyn Nets wearing jersey number 98 as a quiet tribute to Matthew Shepard, signaling solidarity without spectacle. After retiring in 2014, Collins shifted his focus to advocacy, education, and mentorship, working with organizations promoting inclusion in athletics. His impact cannot be measured by championships or averages alone. Jason Collins redefined courage in sports not through dominance, but through honesty, leaving a legacy that continues to influence how professional leagues confront identity, acceptance, and truth. In the end, these stories are not about labels or rumors. They're about pressure, silence, and the cost of living in the spotlight. Some chose honesty, others chose privacy, and a few were never given the chance to control their own narrative. The NBA celebrates strength, yet rarely prepares its stars for vulnerability. So the real question isn't who was brave enough to speak, but why so many felt they couldn't. Has professional basketball truly evolved, or does it still reward conformity over truth? That answer may shape the next generation of legends. Legends Declassified.